What are the common mistakes people make during a disaster? That's a question many of us have pondered. When the unexpected strikes, it's not just about what you do, but often what you don't do that can make all the difference. Survival is a game of wits and resourcefulness, but it's also about avoiding the pitfalls that can undermine your best efforts. From panicking to wasting resources, ignoring evacuation orders to overestimating your abilities, the list of potential missteps is long. And yet understanding these common errors is instrumental in preparing for and navigating through crises successfully. So, let's embark on a journey of discovery and learning where we'll unravel the 13 most common survival mistakes that can turn a challenging situation into an insurmountable one. Today, we're going to delve into the 13 most common survival mistakes and how to avoid them. Mistake number 1 is panicking. When disaster strikes, panic is your worst enemy. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to let fear take the wheel, but panic can lead to rash decisions and reckless actions. Your mind races, your heart pounds, and logic flies out the window. But it's precisely in these moments of crisis that staying calm is most crucial. A clear mind can assess the situation rationally, make sound decisions, and take effective action. So how do you stay calm under pressure? Practice. Yes, practice. Familiarize yourself with stress management techniques, deep breathing, mindfulness, visualization. These methods can help you keep your cool when the pressure is on. It's about conditioning your mind to stay composed, even in the face of danger, so practice calmness. It's a skill that could save your life. Remember, keeping a cool head can be the difference between life and death. The second common mistake is depending solely on one plan. You see, even the most meticulously crafted plan can crumble in the face of the unpredictable. In a crisis, the unexpected is the only constant. That's why it's crucial to have not just a plan A, but a plan B, and even a plan C. Think of it this way, survival is like a game of chess. A good player doesn't rely on a single strategy. They anticipate their opponent's moves and are ready to change their approach at any moment. Similarly, in a survival situation, conditions can change rapidly. Your primary plan may become unfeasible due to unforeseen circumstances. That's where your backup plans come in. They provide you with alternatives, ensuring that you're not left stranded. They grant you the flexibility to adapt to changing situations and increase your chances of survival. Always have a backup plan, or even two. Flexibility is key in survival situations. Mistake number 3 is wasting resources. When disaster strikes, every drop of water, every morsel of food, every watt of energy becomes invaluable. It's the natural instinct to indulge, to use more when we have more. But in a crisis situation, we must flip that instinct on its head. Conservation becomes the name of the game. Overuse of essentials can lead to unexpected shortages, and that's a predicament you don't want to find yourself in. It's not just about rationing, it's about using resources judiciously, wisely, and with a keen eye on the future. It's about planning for a longer-term crisis than you might have initially anticipated. Because when it comes to survival, it's not just about making it through today or even tomorrow. It's about the day after and the day after that. Remember, it's not just about surviving today, but also tomorrow and the days after. The fourth common mistake is ignoring evacuation orders. When disaster strikes, it's natural to want to protect your home and belongings. But when the authorities issue an evacuation order, it's time to put safety first. These orders aren't issued lightly. They're based on extensive risk assessments and are designed to keep you and your community safe. Ignoring them can put you in immediate danger and can also pose unnecessary risks to those brave individuals who might have to come to your rescue later. It's important to remember that material possessions can be replaced, but your life cannot. So when the call to evacuate comes, heed it. Pack your essentials, gather your loved ones, and move to safety. After all, the ultimate goal of preparedness is to survive, and sometimes that means leaving your home behind. Evacuation orders are issued for your safety. Don't ignore them. Mistake number 5 is broadcasting your supplies. It's like painting a target on your back. In a world turned upside down, your well-stocked pantry or generator can become a beacon for those less prepared. This isn't about hoarding or selfishness, it's about safety. Your supplies are meant to ensure your survival and the survival of your loved ones, so discretion becomes your ally. It's not necessary to hide your preparedness mindset, but avoid revealing the extent of your resources. Keep your stockpile out of sight, discuss it sparingly, and only with those you trust, because when push comes to shove, desperation can change people. Your neighbor today could become a threat tomorrow. Discretion also extends to digital footprints. Be cautious about what you share online. The internet has a long memory, and you never know who might be paying attention. Remember, in times of crisis, knowledge is power, and discretion is safety. The sixth common mistake is isolating yourself completely. While it's crucial to guard your resources and privacy, cutting yourself off from the world can be detrimental. It's a balance, a delicate dance between discretion and connection. Think about it. In times of crisis, your neighbors, your community, they're not just strangers living next door. They're potential allies, potential sources of support. There's strength in numbers, and sometimes survival isn't just a solo act, it's a community effort. Maintaining contact with neighbors and local community members can significantly enhance your survival capabilities. They can offer help when you need it, share vital information, and even provide emotional support in trying times. It's about fostering relationships, building trust, and working together to weather the storm. Because when disaster strikes, it doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone. And in those moments, community isn't just a concept, it's a lifeline. In times of crisis, community can be a lifeline. Mistake number 7 is neglecting hygiene. In the face of disaster, cleanliness may seem like a luxury, but it is in fact a necessity. When we talk about survival, we instinctively think of food, water, and shelter. Hygiene often takes a back seat, but it shouldn't. Maintaining good hygiene is crucial to preventing diseases, which could be catastrophic in a survival situation. Imagine being in a crisis where medical help is not readily available. The last thing you want is to be down with a preventable illness, so stock up on sanitation supplies like soap, toothpaste, and disinfectants. Make sure to include these in your survival kit. Establish routines to ensure you stay clean and healthy even in the worst conditions. Remember, the goal of survival is not just to stay alive, but to stay healthy. In a survival situation, cleanliness isn't just about comfort, it's a necessity. The 8th common mistake is trusting the wrong people. Now, this isn't to say that you should become paranoid or suspicious of everyone around you. But during times of crisis, when fear and desperation can cloud judgment, it becomes more crucial than ever to be discerning about whom you place your trust in. It's a sad truth, but not everyone will have honorable intentions. Some may see the chaos as an opportunity to take advantage, to exploit the good nature of others for their own gain. Desperation can lead to dangerous behaviors, and it's important to recognize this. The key here is to build a trusted network well before any crisis hits. Forge bonds with like-minded individuals, those who share your commitment to survival and preparedness. Trust should be earned, not given freely. Be cautious, be wise, and remember, your survival could depend on the company you keep. Remember, not everyone has honorable intentions. Mistake number 9 is relying solely on technology. In our modern world, it's easy to become dependent on electronic devices, but when disaster strikes, these devices can fail us. Power grids can go down, batteries can run out, and devices can simply malfunction when we need them most. That's why it's crucial not to put all your faith in technology. It's important to be familiar with traditional tools and methods, knowing how to navigate with a physical map, how to start a fire without a lighter, or how to build a shelter without power tools. These are the skills that can truly make a difference in a survival situation. You see, technology is a tool, not a crutch. And while it can certainly make survival easier, it should never be your only strategy. So, learn those old school skills, practice them, and keep them in your survival toolkit. In a crisis, it's the old school skills that often come to the rescue. The 10th common mistake is overestimating your abilities. This misstep can be a silent saboteur in any survival situation. It's quite easy to watch a few videos, read a couple of books, and suddenly believe we're invincible, that we can single-handedly tackle anything that comes our way. This, my friends, is a dangerous illusion. Overconfidence can lead to grave errors, and those errors can have severe consequences when you're trying to survive. It's crucial to assess your skills realistically. Know what you can do, what you can't, and what you need to learn. This isn't about undermining your abilities, but about understanding them. Can you start a fire without a lighter? Can you navigate without a compass? Can you provide first aid if needed? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves, and if the answer is no, then it's time to learn. Know your limits and work within them. Mistake number 11 is not staying informed. In the throes of a crisis, the landscape of information can shift as quickly as the sands of the Sahara. The situation can evolve rapidly, and the directives from community leaders can change in the blink of an eye. It's crucial to stay updated with accurate, reliable information. It's not just about knowing what's happening on a global or national level. You also need to be aware of what's happening in your community, your neighborhood. Tune into local news, follow trusted online sources, and keep an ear out for emergency broadcasts. But remember, not all information is good information. Be discerning about the sources you trust. Misinformation can spread faster than wildfire and can be just as destructive. In the end, your survival may depend on your ability to sift through the noise and find the truth. In a crisis, information is power. The 12th common mistake is using unsafe water sources. When civilization's comforts are stripped away, one of the most overlooked necessities is clean, potable water. It's easy to underestimate the dangers lurking in untreated water. Pathogens, chemicals, and other harmful substances can quickly turn a survival situation into a medical emergency. But fear not, friends, there are ways to ensure your water is safe. In the absence of trustworthy tap water, it's imperative to have methods and supplies ready for water purification. This could be as simple as boiling water over a fire, or as sophisticated as using a high-quality water filter. Iodine tablets, too, are a compact and lightweight option for making water safe to drink. Whatever method you choose, remember that safe water isn't just about quenching your thirst. It's about maintaining your health, your strength, and your ability to survive. Safe water is essential, don't compromise on it. The 13th and final common mistake is ignoring the value of barter. It's easy to forget that when the fabric of society unravels, so too can the value of the dollar. In a crisis, paper currency might become as valuable as the paper it's printed on. This is where the ancient art of bartering comes back into play. Bartering is basically exchanging goods or services without the use of money. It's a tried and tested method of commerce that predates coinage and can prove invaluable when conventional systems fail. This is why preppers must consider stocking up on items that hold intrinsic value, items that can be traded for essentials. Think about things like alcohol, tobacco, coffee, or even certain tools, items that are durable, desirable, and divisible. Remember, in a prolonged crisis, your ability to barter could mean the difference between just surviving and thriving. In a prolonged crisis, bartering can be a lifesaver. So there you have it. The 13 most common survival mistakes and how to avoid them. From giving in to panic, relying solely on one plan, to wasting resources, each error can be a potential trap in a crisis situation. Ignoring evacuation orders, advertising your supplies, or completely isolating yourself can all lead to dire consequences. Neglecting hygiene, trusting the wrong people, depending too much on technology, overestimating your abilities, not staying informed, using unsafe water sources, and ignoring the value of barter. These are all pitfalls that can be avoided with proper awareness and preparation. Remember, each of these mistakes is a lesson in disguise, teaching us the importance of staying calm, being flexible, conserving resources, respecting orders, maintaining privacy, building community, keeping clean, trusting wisely, preparing for tech failures, knowing our limits, staying informed, securing safe water, and appreciating the value of trade. Remember, preparation is key, and avoiding these mistakes can make the difference between survival and disaster.